The weather is about to change in a big way still as we go into next week, everybody. We have a very big winter weather pattern coming in. This is going to bring all these freezing temperatures, very cold wind chills, potentially into the teens, even single digits. Canada, they're going to get bombed with single digits, maybe even negative wind chills. And this is going to bring the chance for snow to come back in, maybe even major snow. So I'm going to show you the latest update. What you can expect from the weather just right around the corner, because it is still about to dramatically change, everybody. Now, you see, for this morning, we have these storms moving through. Matter of fact, Texas had a crazy hailstorm overnight all the way through early this morning. Now, when this trough comes through, it's still bringing some storms towards the Carolinas as we go through for Monday, as this pushes off into the Atlantic. Still not showing any big storm right here. It's still not showing no big, huge storm. We're still getting some storms coming as we get this zonal flow. Remember my last two videos telling you that we have a zonal flow coming in where there's not going to be any severe weather and it's going to be quiet. That forecast is still showing true. Now, as we go through for Wednesday, we're still getting some storms coming through from Northern California into Oregon, and then the second storm system coming in for Thursday into Friday for Oregon and Washington. But after that, that's where we're going to go into this big weather pattern change where this cold air is going to come bombing on in, bringing freezing temperatures, very cold wind chills, and still potentially a lot of snow. Then right after that, we're going to another weather pattern where a lot of snow could be adding up towards the western U.S., maybe even feet of snow. So let's go through the data. The data shows us everything before it even hits the weather models, everyone. So this is why I've been telling you that winter weather is coming. And you can see it right here that with the Euro that we have Arctic air coming through as we go through next weekend and into next week. Now, this is right after this warm-up. Remember, we're going to have a warmer anomaly pushing through all week. We have that zonal flow, so don't forget that. And we still have the storms for California on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday for Oregon and Washington. So all that is showing true. But showing right after that, from the 8th through the 15th, you can see this with GFS as well, potentially as we go through from the 8th all the way towards the 15th, maybe even longer with the GFS. GFS is showing it could be a longer anomaly to hit. Now, this isn't going to last for a long time. It's going to change sides of the U.S. First, it's going to hit from the central U.S. towards the eastern U.S., and then it's going to go back towards the western U.S. for the end of November. Now, for all you winter weather lovers, this is not a fluke. You can even see not only with Euro and GFS, also when you bring in the Euro AI and when you bring in the Canadian. They're all agreeing on this cold anomaly coming through. Matter of fact, if you look right here, showing right around the 15th of November, remember when we still have something tropical happen, I will update you on that in the middle of November, that it shows it's going even deeper of a cold blast coming through. This will take it all the way into the Gulf. You might even feel it over by western Cuba. Also showing that we're going to a big dramatic negative NAO, our North Atlantic Oscillation. This means a blocking pattern and the colder air coming through. So remember, just like you can see here at DaculaWeather.com, as you get a negative NAO, you get that blocking pattern of a high pressure in the Northern Atlantic NAO, and you get that cold Arctic air able to swing in from the central towards the eastern U.S. Now, after this, we're going to go into a neutral to a positive NAO, which will reverse this. Will be a high pressure towards the eastern U.S., and this will all hit towards the western U.S. And you can see this right here before we go any further, so you know what the weather pattern is doing. After this warm-up anomaly with the zonal flow for this week, we're going into that negative NAO of this cold blast coming through from the central to the eastern U.S. And once we hit around the 15th and beyond, then it's going to go from that neutral to that positive. This will bring it towards the western U.S. and it'll switch. And this makes a big difference because wherever this cold air is where the snow will be. So you can see this when you look at your lower level temperatures. So as we go through this week, remember we got that zonal flow going on. There's no big storms hitting. We got one on Wednesday over California. Still got the zonal flow of the temperatures. It's going to be above average all week, except for the Great Lakes going out through the Northeast. Y'all still going to stay in them cooler temperatures.